Right, here we're going to have a bit of a morning, everyone. Sorry, short data learning objective. Okay, we're going to have a little bit of a check-up day today, which is just, I know quite a few of us have been struggling with some of these, so we're just going to have an extra lesson going over some of what we've done before, really, on this unit. Those of you who are finding it not too bad at all, you still do the check-up and then you can do the extension questions, okay? Right, so short date and learning objective, and actually if you can move your book to page 239, okay, page 239 in your textbook, and then we'll go from there. Okay, pause the video while you're doing that. Right, so you can see the first question there, okay, and that's where it's just giving you, and this is not one where we can use the formula y equals mx plus c. We kind of can, but we're not going to today. Learn how to do that. But so let's just have a little look. I'm going to go through an example, and I think this question one there is probably the one that's causing most difficulty for people. Okay, so we got this. So say for example this question. Okay, so if we've got this question, if I'm going to just change that and make it a little bit easier to that. Okay. Now remembering when we did these, okay, where we do this we have to find the y-intercept and the x-intercept. Okay, now to find the y-intercept, okay, you need to do x is equal to 0. Okay, x is equal to 0 to find the y-intercept. Okay, remember the intercept being the point on the, so the y-intercept being the point on the y-axis where the line is going through, and the x-intercept is obviously where the line is going through the x-axis. Okay, so if it's going through there, they're the intercepts. Okay, so to find the y-intercept, and we're going to do that first, we just do x equals 0. Now if x is equal to 0, that means 4 times x, which is 0, is 0. Okay, so what we're left with there is 2y is equal to 8. Okay, hopefully you can see that I've turned x into 0, and obviously 0 times anything is 0, so I'm left with 2y is equal to 8. Now remember the balance method, I divide to the same to both sides, divide both by 2 because I want to be left with y is equal to 4. So my y-intercept, my y-int equals 4. Okay, I'll just leave that on the side there. Okay, next thing I want to do is to find my x-intercept. Okay, the x-intercept, the point at which it crosses the line here, okay, on the x-axis. Now I do the opposite, so this time I'm going to make y equals 0. In order to find that I have to make y equals 0. Okay, if y equals 0, obviously 2 times y is 0, 2 times 0 is 0. Okay, so that leaves me with 4x is equal to 8. If I divide both by 4, because I just want to be left with the value of x, is 2. Okay, so then the x-intercept, intercept is 2. Okay, so this is when, well, now I've got that information, I can put this into my graph. Okay, put that into my graph. I'm not at a very good angle here, am I? Right, so let's have a little look. So here my y-intercept is here, y-intercept is 4, so I mark there the point at which my line will go through there. My x-intercept is 2, so it will go here, and from there I would draw in my line. Okay, I will draw in my line. Okay, so the line then gets, join those together and the line goes in. I'm not going to draw that because I need this board. And there you have found the y-intercept, you found the x-intercept, and then you've drawn the line that shows that. Now after you've drawn the line, you would write the name of the line, 2y plus 4x equals 8. Okay, after you've drawn it in. Okay, so that is how we do the first question. That's the first question there. If you want to do that first question now, do it, okay? If you want to wait until the end of the video, wait until the end. If you've been struggling with these, I would suggest do it now while it's fresh in your mind, okay? So the difference one, the one that they've got there is 2x plus y equals 8. So again, first thing you have to do is find the y, okay? The y-intercept, yeah? And then that will do, and you do that by having x is equal to 0, isn't it? So here's y is 8 and so on. So just even if you need to go back and watch this video, just concentrate please on that question number 1, okay? Right, okay, the other sort of questions you're going to be asked today is to find gradients, okay? So if I have this line here, if I have a line like this, okay, yeah, that'll be fine. If I have a line like that, I can work out the gradient of that line, the gradient. Now, first of all, I can see the line is going upwards, so my gradient is a positive gradient, okay? Obviously starting from the left hand side going up. For every one I go across, how far am I going up? Okay, for every one across, how far am I going up? And in this case, I'm going a third up. Now remember that the formula for this, so the change in y divided by the change in the x-axis. So the change in my y-axis here, if I go from here to here and go from corner to corner, the change going upwards is just 1. The change going across is 3. It's a third. Okay, so it's another way of saying it's a third. So the gradient here is 1/3. Okay. And if we look at this way, we go across 1 and we go up a third. Okay, so either way it's a third, isn't it? Okay, so for gradients, I think we're probably okay with gradients. Okay, but it is important to understand how gradients work because you will need it when we come to do some of our other stuff, isn't it? Okay. Right. Let's have a little look. Okay. And then the other thing we've looked at is our y equals mx plus c, and this actually just makes a lot of the stuff we've already done earlier on in this unit, makes it much easier with this equation, doesn't it? Okay, remember m is the gradient, c is the y-intercept. Okay, so if you're given an equation, y equals 2x plus 4, okay, 2x plus 4, I know straight away my gradient, m is my gradient, so the gradient is 2, okay, 2, so again, that means, doesn't it, the gradient is 2, so that means we go across, you go across 1 and up 2, so that would be like a gradient of 2, okay, and then I can work out my y-intercept, is 4, and from there I can work out my put that onto my graph, can't I? Okay, so I know the gradient is 2, so I will start, my y-intercept is 4, let's just put that up here, y-intercept is 4 and the gradient is 2, so if I start off with my y-intercept being 4, this is where I start here, the gradient is 2, so that means for every 1 I go across, I go up 2, so it'd be there to there, isn't it, on this line, so every 1 I go across, I'd go down 2, okay, so this would be our line here, yeah, every 1 across, down 2, so I would just, my line would just go along here, and it would be, that would be my line, okay, and I would obviously label that y equals 2x plus 4, okay, so that, so that's how I use y equals mx plus c, okay, and I know that when you come to question 4 on these, you probably will have to draw it. Some of you will be able to work it out, okay, some of you have to work it out yourselves, but others of you will have to draw it, okay? And that's okay to draw it, it's good practice. Let's have a quick look at one more. So then you could have a line. So let's do this line here. So we go in here. So let's look at that line there. Can we work out the equation for this line? The equation for this line, okay? And again, we need to know that y is equal to mc plus 3. Goodness me. Mx plus c. Okay. Right, so let's have a little look. Ooh, I've made a tricky one for myself here, haven't I? Okay, so let's have a little look at where this is on our y-axis. Okay, I think we can still do it though. So we're here. Okay, so that would be minus. I'll tell you, let's do another one. Let's do another one. Otherwise, it's just going to get too confusing. Okay, minus 1, minus 3. That makes a bit more sense. Right, so if we got this line here, okay, we still got our equation there. So the first thing we want to do is, I think the easiest thing to find is to find the y-intercept. Okay, so on our y-axis here, it goes to minus 3. So that would be minus 3. Okay, and then we have to work at the gradient. The gradient. So here we're going for every one we're going across, we're going up a third, aren't we? Let's just see, the change in y is 3. Okay, the change in y is, the change in on our y-axis, you're going up 1, and you're going across 3. So it would be a third. So this becomes y is equal to, and let's have a little look. First of all, also we've got to realize that this is a negative. This is a negative line because it's going downwards. So it would be minus a third x take away 3. Okay, so it's quite a tricky one there to find. Okay, the ones you have to find, generally speaking, are easy in there. Let's just do one more. So let's have a look at this one. Okay, and we just label that line here. Y equals minus 1/3 x minus 3. So let's have a little look. Okay, so we can see that the y equals, so let's do we can do the gradient first this time if you want. Okay, we can see it's a positive gradient, it's going upwards. We're going for every one, we're going across, we're going 2 up. So that would be 2x, a gradient there, 2x. And then we've got where it crosses, the c is where it's crossing the y, the line, c is the y-intercept, which is minus 1. Okay, so that would be that equation there. Okay, now if you're still struggling with some of these, you do need to contact me, or you need to go back and watch some of the videos again. Okay, but I wanted just this lesson for us to have a go and just to catch up on things we're not too sure of. So this is the work for today. Okay, if you're not confident, questions 1 to 5 on page 239. Okay, everyone's doing that anyway. And just the only difference is the extension questions. These are on the these questions on page 241. If you are confident, you should get through these pretty quickly. And have a go then at the more challenging extend questions here. Questions 3 to 7 on page 246. All right. Good luck with that. Okay. If you are really struggling with it, you need to contact me, and we can maybe look at doing some one-to-one stuff on it. All right. Good luck with that. Bye.